And welcome to the Myrtle Beach Premier League. I'm Richard Barrington-Hill.
And I'm Bud Grazioli.
And the Myrtle Beach Premier League is brought to you by Dart Brokers for all your darting supply needs. The bull stops here.
And also by the Island Bar and Grill of Surfside Beach, your official after party of the Myrtle Beach Premier League.
We bring you a Week 2 Ladies Premier League clash between Michelle, Mitch, Lutz and Linda Mullins.
This week's match looks promising. Mitch won last season, and she won undefeated. She went 5-0 last season.
Yeah, and Linda came in second place. I only lost one, and that was to Mitch in, quite a good game. The seasons before tell a bigger and perhaps better story. Mitch, in the first season, ended up in fourth place after sitting quite comfortably in second for most of the season.
I think she really refocused her darts, got her mind back into it. I think she really had something she felt like she needed to prove in the second season, and I don't think anybody can argue the results. And she's off to a good start this season. She's already won her first match in week 1. Linda has one loss already, but you can't hang too much on the first week results. Let's see how well they do in this match.
Yeah, definitely. We're joined today by a guest commentator, Aaron Napier.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, pleasure to be here, guys. Enjoy what you do. Enjoy watching your commentaries. I'm happy you guys have me on board to help out a little bit.
Okay, shall we get into the game?
Sounds like a good idea.
So you're joining us in the first leg, and Mitch has got the throw.
And she starts off, one of the things you're going to learn about Mitch is that she is a 19s thrower, and she starts at the bottom of the board with the triple 19.
Yeah, great first start. That's how you want to start. She won't be happy with that last start slip in, but it did slip into a triple 3.
Those of you with a keen eye might have noticed that she scored a whopping 1. There's a little bit of a delay as the scorekeeper, his name will remain anonymous, was having problems. Problems have been resolved. She has 416 and Linda's now off to throw.
You just can't get the staff, can you, bud?
It's hard to get good help when you pay beans.
If you've not seen Linda throw before, she has a very different throw, but it works for her and she wins games with it. But I am sure you won't have seen a throw like it before in your life.
Mitch is back up and she's going back down to the 19s. Let's see if she can find that triple again, and she did.
You know, guys, that's one of the things I've watched Mitch shoot in many draws, many places, and she can hit that triple 19 pretty consistently.
Yeah, Linda seems to be shooting at the 20s. Although I have seen her throw at the 19s as a force habit. It looks like she's as you see there, mixing it up. Good switch.
Yeah, she's not afraid to drop down to the 19s if the 20s aren't working for her.
You know, as when I throw, I have trouble doing that myself. If the 20's not there, going down to 19s. Nice to see Linda do that. It's usually the right call, because if you go to 20 again, more than likely you're going to hit that 1.
Yeah, Mitch was unhappy with that first start going under the 19. That's one of the only risks. If you throw a low dart at 19, it's out the board. You throw a low dart at the 20, you might hit a ball. As far as slop goes, if you throw low, 20 is probably your best bet.
And unfortunately, she did it again. The first 2 shots, she caught the triple 19. This time around, she's missed the board a couple of times. It's safe to say she's not going to be real happy with that.
Well, she's still got a decent lead, about a ton, and it's the first leg. There's a lot of darts to be thrown. I'm sure she'll warm in.
And Linda's having a little bit of a problem finding a comfortable number to throw. I think she's searching around, just finding something to give her some consistency.
That's better. Just work on that grouping. Three solid 19s is nothing to sniff at, even though the last one was in a 3. And again, sometimes I find that if I can't find that triple, throwing high on the 20 and just getting that 60 points scored is a good thing. It builds the confidence and you can work off that. And yeah, Linda's switching a lot.
Well, speaking of confidence, it looks like these girls right now are they're fighting themselves more than they are the darts. You see them shaking their head a bit. If they can get rid of that and get out of their head, they'll probably hit that triple a little more consistently.
I think you'll find a lot of players in the first leg. This is the first time either of them have been recorded to, and I'll bang on about it, but it adds pressure. I think you'll find as the game goes on, this is looking unlucky. As the game goes on, you'll see them grow into themselves.
Well, Aaron makes a very good point. This is the first time either of them have been on camera, and it is also the first leg. So it's certainly fair to say that it's going to take them a little bit of time just to get warmed up and forget that the camera's there.
I agree, except for giving Aaron the credit. That was totally me. Well, Mitch is in the high end of a finishing range. Linda could do with getting at least a ton here to put some pressure on. It's a good first dart. That's a good second dart. She needs to go in the middle.
There she goes. It looks like she got a little more comfortable that time.
Well, it's clear Linda's starting to warm up to those 20s, and it's clear Mitch is warming up to the 19s. As I say that, she throws it to 20. She is chasing it out, so that was the smart shot.
Yeah, I know she definitely can hit the 20. There's no doubt about that. I've seen her play cricket. She's as good at the top of the board as she is at the bottom, but a preference is a preference, and when the difference is 1 point, it doesn't really matter at this, at a local dart level.
And that is true. It's all about the comfort level. If you're comfortable throwing 19s and you can hit 19s every time with confidence, then why not throw them every time? I'll take a 67 or a 57 rather over a 41 or a 45 all day. I'm not sure Mitch is going to be real happy with that 22, but she did leave herself 100. That should be a pretty easy out.
It's down to Linda again to put some pressure on. She's not finding the measure of those 20s yet, though.
Or the 19s.
And it sounds like someone else in the room agrees. So, triple 20, double 20.
It would be the way to do it. Unless you're Geo, and you throw it to triple 17 and make us all scratch our heads and go, what are you doing?
27 score, just time to fix it and level up for next time.
She got a 46, should leave her 54 on her next round.
So 18, double 18.
18 double 18 or 14 double top. It just depends on which number you're more comfortable with. I've played darts with Mitch a long time, and I think she'll probably go at the 18. Linda's on and out as well. She's got a 155. It's a long one. I'd expect her first dart probably would be at the triple 20. There seems to be a little bit of discussion with the scorekeeper about that last shot. And Linda's now ready.
She's taking her time, composing. Well, it's an unlucky second dart.
It's ironic we were talking about Mitch throwing him off the bottom of the board, and Linda threw one off the top of the board. She'll want that shot back, I'm sure.
Oh, it's not the end of the world. Double 17.
I'm not sure she meant to throw the 19 with the second dart. I think she was probably throwing at the 17.
Well, a shot at the double 17, if that's what it was, has landed nicely. Oh, I don't know if she was just trying to fix it, because she's got time to fix it, probably.
You can never underestimate Linda. She's a very good shot. It's easy to forget after watching her last couple of throws. It's easy to forget that she can go up there and hit a big dart when she needs to.
Oh, double 16 for the match, just inside. Just outside of the double 8. Oh, unlucky. Well, this is very doable.
Yes, as Linda, she's creeping in there.
Looks like a triple 12. If it is, that should leave her 36.
32. She won't be happy with how inside that was.
Yeah, that third dart looked like it got away from her a little bit. That second dart, I'm not sure if she threw it the 4 to set up a 32 or if she just had an 18 that got away from her.
It's a nice slop.
It is a good miss. It's a fortuitous miss if it was a miss.
She's so close. They're just inside. We're talking millimeters.
Oh, what a bad bounce.
To Americans, inches.
I felt Mitch's pain right there, hitting inside all the way down the board. That's tough to deal with there. Now, Linda did the other, one of my biggest pet peeves, I'm sure it's every darter's pet peeve, hitting that wrong double.
And yeah, the next door neighbour. At least if you hit a wrong double, you know you've got another dot of a double regardless, so it just may not be one you like, and I don't know anyone who likes double three. Maybe midgets. Could be a midget's double top.
Well, Mitch has got another chance at that double too, and she's been right on the wire on all three of her darts, and
you jinxed her.
And I jinxed her. Apparently she overheard me because that was nowhere near the wire, and she's not going to be happy with that dart.
Now we've all been in games like this. Oh wow,
Linda
great
came
dart.
back.
Yeah, and you're joining us again. The score was 2-1 to Mitch, and it's Linda's throw, and it was looking like she's got the measure of those 20s a bit more now.
Well, she certainly zeroed in on them a little bit better. Her darts are looking better, they're flying better, and they're getting closer to their mark. Mitch is throwing back at the 19s, as is her usual routine, and she's right on the wire. Very unfortunate that she hit that 3, but very, very close to her mark.
I've got to say that double 3 was thrown with fantastic confidence, power. It wasn't floated in. She threw at it, and she got the reward. Got the reward for her guts.
But she did. It's very easy to be intimidated by a double 3 because if you hit a single 3, it leaves you the dreaded 1-double-1, and I don't know anybody who's not intimidated by throwing at a 1-double-1, no matter how many darts they have in their hand.
And of course, Mitch will be kicking herself for all the chances missed. But we've all been in games which end up as wars of attrition based on doubles. I've thrown more darts than I'd care to admit at doubles at times, and you've just got to keep that confidence, keep the chin up, and keep throwing.
Well, it's going to be no consolation to Mitch at the end of the day, but she was right on the wire. With the exception of that last dart, she was right there on every one of her doubles, just inside or just outside the wire, and she's got to draw some measure of satisfaction in knowing that she's just right there, and not shanking them into the next county.
Well, not to take it away from Linda's play either. She hung in it. She threw each dart. She didn't give up on the game and finally hit it. I say finally, but hit the double when needed.
It's a big thing, when your opponent's on a finish and you're 100 points behind. It's very easy to give up on the leg and start throwing 26s and not caring. But a lot of times you can get the chance. Even the top level, the Premier League, sometimes they miss 9 darts and you're there and you can steal it. And this is looking nice, beautiful. It's what you want. She doesn't get a mark on a sheet, but it's as good as. It's
as good as a ton in Mitch's eyes. And it was a beautiful shot. All 3 of the darts were right in the money zone, and Linda's answered her with a 60, which is again not a ton, not a 95, but a very good answer in her position.
But it also kept the pressure, Bud. You got 312 to 308. That's a very tight game. It's going to make the next person think about it too when you come back at keep it that close.
Absolutely, and Mitch has responded with looks like a 41.
Last thing you want to do when your opponent throws a ton is to follow with something bad. Follow with an 11, follow with a 26, follow with a 28. You've got to at least give them something to think about. This is looking very nice. Is that both of them?
It is, and it is 121. The first 2 darts were in the triple, and to your point, the next to the last thing you want to do is to have your opponent follow your 41 with a 121. That was a very good shot by Linda.
I feel bad for her. I figured she could have got the 180 there. It was looking nice.
She sure tried.
And she was right there too. As I said, that unstandard throw of hers, it doesn't hold her back. It's a word I'm looking for. It's not unstandard. That isn't even a word.
Non-standard throw. Unconventional.
Unconventional was the word, yeah. It doesn't stop her hitting numbers.
And she followed that ton 21 with looks like about an 83. Which is nothing to sneeze at either.
And now this leg, Linda's at the finish with a 100-point lead, so we see whether Mitch feels the pressure or whether she can keep her head up. Because let's be fair, in the first season, Mitch had a problem with nerves. I think that'd be fair to say.
I think that is fair to say.
She certainly didn't last season, so that can be what this format has given her. playing this format has helped that out. I mean, she's gone away and she's won tournaments.
I was going to touch base on that too. If you look at just the whole Women's Premier League in general, they are competing against each other. They're competing hard, and they're going out and they're really showing it when they go to these other towns and they play these girls from these other counties and other cities and other states even.
All right, Mitch has got an out of 160. It's a long one, and she's put 2 in the 20 so far, and she puts the third one in the 20 for a 60. She's left herself at 100 again, and to your point earlier, Rich, Mitch can hit the 20s if she wants to and needs to. I think going back to what you said earlier, I think it's just her preference to throw at the 19s.
Great first start.
Linda's got 40 or 48 scores. She leaves herself with a 16, so she'll be throwing at the double 8.
Beautiful first start.
It is
Exactly what you want.
absolutely exactly where she wanted.
Although the amount of time she's taking, I think she's still doing the math. So that may not have been the dart she wanted. And she's busted it.
She got a 16 with her second dart, but not the way she wanted it.
And now Mitch can really do some damage here. If not take it out, put her in a position where she can take it out next throw if Linda doesn't take it out, which of course builds up the pressure.
She got a little bit of bad luck with that first start. She hit a 555, followed it with a 3 and another 5, and she's not going to be happy with that. She really needed to do something more to put the pressure on Linda. And Linda has missed into the 8 twice in a row. Leaves her 48.
Yeah, 16. Oh.
And she's busted it again with a 16 this time. How unfortunate. That is
Impressive.
that is unlucky. It is impressive and unlucky at the same time. You know, and Mitch, I'm sure Mitch means nothing by it, but she and Linda are sharing a laugh. That's just bad luck and tough darts.
Well, it's nice to see though, a little banter, a little, I'm sure she's been there, Mitch has been there herself, so couldn't help but chime in just a bit.
Oh, and she just missed that out. But, to bust in that sort of style twice, and it was they were both stylish busts, let's be honest.
They were very lovely busts.
Bird. She wants a 16 now to leave herself 32.
She's hit 2 more 8s again to leave 48. She does not want the triple.
I'm waiting for the triple to fly in. I am.
I think she's thinking about throwing at the 12 just to guarantee she doesn't bust. But she's doing the math in her head, and I know she knows what she has left. She just wants to make sure she makes it count, and she does. She leaves herself 32. Mitch is sitting on a 40 though.
That's it. That's not too little, too late. And it's good to see the sportsmanship between these two because they're competitive. Believe you me, neither of them want to lose this game. And although they're high-fiving, there's a real fight behind that. But it's played in the right spirits. But you've got to bust it. And she chooses not to.
Yeah, 5 is one of them odd numbers. If you throw a 1, you can leave yourself a double 2 if you're feeling good about your double 2 skills.
I'll just get on the first leg, maybe not.
My biggest fear with 5 is that I'll throw the third dart and it'll bounce out, or I'll miss the board and leave myself that horrible number.
Well, Linda went for it, but ended up inside it. So let's see if Mitch's gamble was the right one to take. And that's why I would have busted. But
don't underestimate Mitch's ability to hit a double 1. And
a double is a double. And you're joining us again now. The score is Mitch 4, Linda 3, and Linda's got the throw. This is her chance to level up the game.
it is. They haven't exactly been level pegging it, but at the end of this 7-game set, they are actually essentially tied because Mitch is up by 1 game and Linda has the throw. So let's see. Mitch is going to have to break Linda in order to get a lead. And she started with 319s, a 57. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, Mitch has really good grouping. Really good grouping. You don't see many scrappy darts. And Linda's got a little bit of, is that 90?
It is. It is. That second dart was in the triple 20. That third dart looks like it just got away from her a little bit. And
She's got scoring power, Linda.
she does. She does.
She can be errant and wild. I think that comes from the throw, maybe, but she can certainly hit.
Well, that was a nice answer by Mitch with the triple 19-19. I believe it was a 7. Was that a 7?
Yes, it was. Linda's rethinking her shot options. Not real sure what to think about. Points. That's what you need, Linda. Points.
It reminds me of that Premier League game we commentated on a while ago, where I can't remember who it was, kept looking every in between every dart, looking at the scoreboard. It's like it doesn't change till you let go of all three.
If you look hard enough, sometimes it will. I've been in the position where I think I've willfully changed the score, at least in my own mind.
Look hard enough or drink long enough.
I was going to say have another drink if the scoreboard hasn't changed yet, more drinks.
Well, sometimes you can get double points if you drink a couple fireballs. At least you'll see it twice.
Well, it's a tight game. Is that another triple 20?
It looks like another triple 20, a 132. Linda, when she finds that triple 20, she can latch onto it and she can make you pay by hitting a lot of them. I just think sometimes her biggest challenge is finding that triple 20. But once she finds it, wow.
Yeah, she's hit a lot of good darts up there.
Mitch answered that 132 with a 41, and that's not going to be nearly enough to put the pressure on Linda. Linda's not on an out yet, but she's in shouting distance, and Mitch is still a long way away. So we'll have to see what happens as this game gets closer to the bottom. And apparently the ladies have decided to take a brief break.
Well,
Do you think they could be hitting the scorekeeper? Has he been keeping everything straight at this point?
There's a good chance they might be buying the scorekeeper a drink or making the scorekeeper buy them a drink.
Oh, it's not a bad first start. If you're gonna miss in the triple, miss by 2. Either way, left or right.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a 54, whether you meant to hit it or not. It still counts.
I always claim them.
She doesn't have an out, but she can set herself up very nicely. She's got 74 scored, which leaves her 94. So she'll want to go back at the triple 18. And it looks like that's what she tried to do.
Yeah, unfortunately the first start's blocking. Look like an 18s?
It was another 18. No, I'm sorry, it was a 1. We've got the score as a 93, so it was a 1.
Still, she's got time unless she needs at least one triple here. But not that triple. Although, that double would help.
That's the second time Mitch has dropped down and caught the double 19, and I know she's grateful for the luck of catching that, but that's a dangerous habit to find yourself in if you're throwing your darts that low.
Beautiful first start.
Absolutely. Leaves her 36.
She's checking with you.
And I'm telling her that it leaves her with 36.
Deja vu, bud.
Oh wow! Right on the wire. That is.
That was a good dart. You can't be mad at the dart. You missed so close. It's hard not to get mad at a dart thrown like that and get a little frustrated. That was a good thrown dart, just not there.
At worst, she's going to get 6 darts at this out. So she will really have to take this now.
Well, Mitch certainly isn't putting any pressure on her. There's a would look like a 31, so Mitch is still not even an out yet, and Linda's very comfortably on that 36.
I'd imagine Linda will get 9 darts at the least at this.
I would say at least 9 darts.
Okay, good marker. Now let's bring it down slowly. Not that slow. Not that fast.
Just a bit outside. It dropped into the 4, but
it's a good miss.
Like we talked about earlier, that was a good miss in to leave herself a 32. Mitch has got a look of determination on her. She's not going to give up, and she's not going to go down without a fight. And she put 2 right on the wire. I'm not real sure why she chose to move up to the 20s, but 19 would have left her an even out.
With that 777 and that 19, could she have blocked the triple?
It's quite possible, and probably exactly what it was.
She's not, unlucky. She's not one to just switch for no reason. Linda, unfortunately, there hit it 1 dart late, and I do that a lot, so I feel a pain. Now this is interesting now, if Mitch can put some pressure on, but that is not going to pressure.
You know, I've watched many games walking around, and it's kind of odd how you can get down so quickly and lose gas when it comes to that double, just as a darter in general. If you lose confidence, or if you're too confident, but there's something there that a lot of guys will get down to that double, be miles ahead, and then next thing you know, they can't hit it, they can't find it.
Let's not overlook Mitch's last shot. She hit the triple 18 with her third dart to leave herself a 50. It'll be interesting to see if she goes for the 10 double top or if she decides to go for the 18 double 16.
Okay, let's see what's... Oh, double bull, wow.
I did not see that coming.
No.
Mitch decided to go right for the guts of the bullseye, and she hit it with her first dart. It was a beautiful shot.
It was a great shot.
And that's changed the entire dynamic of the game. Mitch is now one game away from winning, whereas Linda would have been one from drawing. But it looks like Linda won that leg, the next leg, and now Linda's thrown for the draw.
She did win that last one, and this is either for all the marbles for Mitch, or they'll split the marbles in half if Linda pulls it out.
I want to go back to that double bull shot. That was fantastic. She was out of that leg, completely out of that leg, and she worked her way down, and then she did what is the bravest thing you can do.
Yeah, conservatively, you can go 18, try to get that 32, Richard, but that was a heck of a shot.
Well, it's definitely a statement shot. It's a sign of confidence when you've got 50 left and you throw it the double bull. It's a sign of confidence that you can hit it, and when you do hit it, it's almost a dagger in the heart of your opponent. It's going to be real interesting to see how Linda responds to having a 50 taken out in that way against her. I think we saw something similar from Dustin Ramage 2 seasons ago when he was sitting on a 50 and hit it with his first dart.
If the Rampage is watching, hello Dustin, we can't wait till you come back and carry on. What did it for me was the nonchalance in her face as she threw it. It was fantastic. It was an absolute great dart. And as you say, I believe that's going to stick in Linda's head. I could be wrong, but I know when it gets done to me, it's a kicker, especially when you've had your darts at your double and you've hit your double just a little late. And look at the score.
347. We could have started here and saved ourselves a lot of time.
Well, I think that's been for the most part, these games have been nip and tuck like this. Within 10 points, within 15 points, aside from those two, and they each stole one from each other when another one when the other shooter gets into the lead. So it's nice to see them keep them tight and keep the pressure on.
I think Linda's perhaps been slightly bigger on the big scores. I think Mitch has had the consistency. And they've both been okay on the outs. I don't think either of them will be overly happy with their outs, but I don't think they're going to lose any sleep.
Well, I think Mitch will be overly happy with that double bull out, but other than that, I will have to agree with you. They've both had their moments with their doubles. I think both of them let their darts get away from them and let the doubles chase down to smaller numbers.
And you may not notice, but we were just on 302. They are literally sticking it neck and neck, and she slipped into that double 19 again. Oh, that's looking nice now. Oh.
98, it's not quite a ton, but it's not a bad shot. I mean, no matter how you get it, it's 98 points, and it puts a little bit of pressure on Linda.
I think Mitch was wanting that next triple. You could tell she kind of looked back at the scorekeeper, and she really wanted that one. But still a great shot.
It was a good time. And then again, what a riposte. They're hitting heavy blows now.
This is definitely the game of the match because they are trading punches left and right. They're both hitting some very impressive scores until now.
Again, be quiet, bud. Commentator's curse.
I'd like to point out that if Linda throws a 30 right now, they'll be tied at 161. Yeah, Mitch is giving the scorekeeper the what for again. Clearly she's questioning his judgment and math skills, but as you can see on the scoreboard, his math skills are impeccable. As is his modesty.
Yeah, it's lucky that someone programmed a great piece of software that helps. But that's a great first start, and could have done with following up a bit better, but it's still...
You know, the formula for success is that 60. You got to hit that 60 at least once. You're gonna miss, but from time to time to get that first triple, at least you're moving down the scoreboard.
This game is very tight, very, very, very tight.
Guys, you think she's gonna go for that double bull first?
She could either throw at the bull or the 18, and she threw at the triple 19. She hit the triple 19, so ultimately it doesn't matter that she missed. Had she hit a single 19, she would have left herself on a bogey and not been able to take it out.
Okay. I'm as confused as she is. There you go, 50. Here we go. Here comes a chance for a bit of revenge. Is she going to throw at it?
I would, just because. Mitch threw at the double bull and she hit it. If I were in this position sitting on a 50 out, I think I would throw at it just because.
And she does.
And she threw at it.
Nice.
And she's checking it, but it looks like a 15 to me.
Unfortunately, she wasn't as successful as Mitch, but she's right in position.
I like that confidence. I do.
Well, guys, I can go either way. Looking at it's to stay alive and get a tie and get some points in the league. I don't know if I would have been as ballsy to go for that double. I guess it would depend on how many fireballs I had at that point.
Well, she had a shot at the double 16, and she's left a decent out. It's all down to what Mitch does here.
She hit a 16 with her first dart. Another 16 leaves her tops.
Unlucky.
Wow, right under the wire. That's a tough dart for her. She looked like she had it all the way.
Okay, Linda, here's your chance for a tie. 3 darts. Exhale, take your time. You've got to settle yourself here.
So I think Linda was a bit excited in that first dart because she knew that karaoke was getting ready to start at the island bar. So she threw it a little fast, but she got him a little closer with the second two.
You can actually see the stress and tension here. It's palpable. You could cut the tension with a spoon. And it's inside. Nobody likes double 5, although I said that and she hit the double 1.
And
Wow, right on the wire. That's just outside, as you can tell.
Oh yes, as you can obviously see.
And she's left herself a 4 out, but Linda's still sitting on a very pretty 32. Let's see if she can hit it this time around.
I'm actually feeling the tension myself. I'm not even playing it. And you know what? From being overly confident at the doubles and going inside earlier, she's gone to being scared of them. You've got to roll the dice with your opponent on an out. You've got to roll the dice there. I mean, going inside on 16 is not the worst thing that can happen to you.
Well, Mitch's first dart was right on the number, but just outside, and that's very unfortunate for her. And Linda's getting another shot at that 32. Very seldom do you get 3 rounds at a double 16.
If she threw them in reverse order, those were great darts. And again, the first dart wasn't bad at all, and she over-adjusted.
Well, I definitely think the pressure is on both of these shooters at this point. Linda's looking for redemption. Her only loss last season was at the hands of Mitch. And Mitch is looking for a win. And she'll still, no matter what happens in this game, Mitch will still remain undefeated because a tie still does not count as a loss. But I really do think Linda wants to at least tie to make up for last season's loss. And she hit a double 7 with her first dart. It's right on the wire, but that's a very unfortunate dart.
Yeah, doing the neighbour, no one likes that.
Well, maybe the neighbor.
Well, I imagine you're right there. And it's not a nice double, is it? It's really not.
Double 9's an ugly double because if you miss into the 14 or the 12, you're pretty much done. If you miss it at the double 14 or the double 12, I should say.
Mitch is right there. It's stack it now, stack it. And she's inside.
She's left herself.
Everybody's favorite double right here. What, that double 1?
She hit it well. She did hit it well though, so she'll keep that in the back of her mind, I'm sure. It was 1 dart last time, wasn't it?
And you could see the frustration on her face when she pulled the darts up. She knows those were 3 well-thrown darts that just outside the wire. And those weren't just the 3. The 3 before that were well-thrown darts that were just outside the wire. So Mitch is not happy.
Well, it's a madhouse for Mitch. And she's gone inside by a distance there.
That first marker dart was a little on the high side, and she definitely overcorrected on that second dart.
And Linda's got a nice little out here. It's a damn sight better than double 9.
And she's hit the neighbor, double 15.
Well, one of the things for sure, Linda sure likes her neighbors. She wires it and seems to hit that neighbor every single time.
And it's right on the line. It's not like she's hitting it in the middle. She's hitting it as close as you can get. And 2 darts, 2 great darts. He's throwing the third slips down.
2 great markers and the third dart in the fat 20 again. And you can see the frustration on Mitch if you watched it in the background.
It's the over adjustment, isn't it?
I think it is.
And we're all guilty of it. And again, that is damn close.
Well, when you miss the first 2 darts at the double 1 and your third dart, it's all or nothing at that point. You're not going to screw it up. You're either going to hit it or you're not. So why not just, go for it? And, well, in that case, she did it with her second dart. And a lovely third dart, triple 20. If you're going to bust big.
And yeah, but there's something to that because we all do it, everybody, from the Premier League to the Contender League. Get stuck on these doubles and you try too hard, you hit inside, you hit everywhere. Sometimes you just got to grab that dart and just throw it, and that seems to do it for you. The longer you think on it, the longer you get upset about it. It seems the longer the day is for you.
That was a good little bounce out, don't it? It looks like it's damaged the tarboard though.
It has. It actually gouged out the part of the 2. You can see the market left, and her third dart hit a 2 as well. So she left herself with a double 1 to join Mitch.
Double madhouse.
We could have started at 2 and saved ourselves a lot of time.
I throw a few of those myself.
Definitely frustrated. There's no doubt about it. She's had a lot of darts on it. She's not going to be happy. Now it's Linda's turn to throw the double 1 and see how she does.
And she's got it. Great loopy followed by a great double.
She wasted no time, that's for sure. She got to that double 1 and showed that she's not afraid of it.
So we've ended up with a tie.
We did, a tie. Linda will be real happy with that. Mitch is not going to be happy with all the shots she gave away and the games that she gave away.
No, it's frustrating, but in the long run, she got her point. She's done well all season, so it's one thing to be a little bit upset about not closing the deal, but in the long run, she played a great match. They both did, and she tied to a great player.
Mitch keeps her undefeated record, and she'll be still sitting on top of the league, so she will be happy, I guess, although she'll probably be kicking herself at all those missed doubles that last game, but they can both argue the same thing.
She'll be as happy as she can be under the circumstances. Yes, it is a tie, it is a point, and it's not a loss. But that game could very easily have been, 6-1 or 6-2 in her favor. It could have also easily been 6-1 or 6-2 against her. So, in big picture, she's got to take a deep breath, sit back, and realize that she gave a couple of games away, but she stole a couple of games. And I think the best outcome you could hope for the number 1 and number 2 players from last season was to have them split and tie this season. It just seems poetic.
Oh, I completely agree. I enjoyed watching the match. I enjoy watching all the Myrtle Beach Premier Women play because they are up and coming. And, for something like this, now their matches are shown and other girls from other states can see exactly what these girls did and can do. I liked it.
Well, Aaron, thanks for joining us.
Richard, I enjoyed it. Thank you for having me.
I'm sure we'll have you again soon. And Bud, it's always a pleasure.
Absolutely, Rich. My pleasure. Aaron, thank you for being with us. I look forward to having you commentate with us very soon.
Hey, I enjoyed it. I know I didn't say a whole lot there. I enjoyed watching the Masters work, but the matches were great. And there again, thank you guys.
And we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Hey, yeah.